So good morning student friends. So welcome to this lecture number 2 of unit number 3 transmission system. So in previous lecture we discussed the transmission system, what is the transmission system, and we will discuss the introduction to automobile clutch, and we discuss the function and the principal operation of the clutches. Now we will discuss the requirement of clutch. This question is very important in the examination point of view. It is very important. So many times this question is asked. What are the different requirements of the clutch? So let's start with this thoroughly the requirements of various types of the clutches. So first the torque transmission. First, that is the torque transmission. So clutch should be able to transmit full torque produced at the engine crankshaft. Getting a clutch should be able to transmit a full torque produced at the engine crankshaft to the gearbox under all conditions of vehicles. Getting under all conditions of the vehicle operation. It desires that the clutch should not slip during engagement. It desires that, it is expected that the clutch should not be slip during the engagement with the engine flywheel. That is the first important requirement, that the clutch should be able to transmit a fully torque produced at the engine crankshaft to the gearbox under all conditions of vehicle operation. And during this engagement, the device should not be slip. During this engagement, the device should not be slip. So that is the first important requirement of the clutch about this torque transmission. So many times in the multiple choice question, this question is asked about the torque. How much torque is to be transmitted? So around 150% of torque is to be transmitted by the clutch. Getting how much? That is 150% of the torque is to be transmitted by the clutch. That is the answer for this question, multiple choice question. Next, that is the gradual engagement. Next, gradual engagement. So clutch should take on the power. The clutch should take on the power, whatever the power drive, smoothly without undesired jerks. Getting. Whenever it is to be re-engaged, when we are going to engage the clutch, during which it will gradually, it is going to take the power. It will smoothly take the power without any jerk. Without any undesirable jerks. That is a gradual engagement. So with this gradual engagement, it will give the comfort for the driver as well as the passenger. This helps in increased driving comfort, less effort on the driver, as well as it will increase the life of the clutch. Due to this gradual engagement, due to this smooth engagement, due to this slowly engagement, it will also increase the life of the clutch. Next, that is the heat dissipation. So large quantity of heat that will be dissipated due to the friction between the two surfaces. As we know that the principal operation of the clutch is a friction. So during this friction between the two surfaces, there is a heat is to be created. The heat is to be produced, and this produced heat should be dissipated to the atmosphere. As soon as it is generated, as soon as this heat is generated, it is to be dissipated to the atmosphere. So it can be done by ensuring the proper ventilation and sufficient surface area in the design of clutch plate. So proper ventilation is important. Sufficient surface area in the design of clutch plate is also important. That is about the heat dissipation. Next, dynamic balancing. So clutch should be balanced. Clutch should be balanced both statically and dynamically. Clutch should be balanced both statically as well as dynamically. So dynamic balancing is essentially required in case of the transmission system, in case of the clutches. As this dynamic balancing is essentially required in clutches because it is to be operating at very high speeds. clutch is to be engaged with the flywheel at very high speed. So in that case, the dynamic balancing is essential. Then vibration damping, that is a vibration damping. So a good clutch should be incorporate a suitable system of springs, materials and designing which help in damping the vibration. Getting? So whatever the vibrations are to be created, that must be damped. Getting? That must be damped, and that will be how we are going to damp the vibrations, by suitable system, by using the springs. Getting? By using the torsional springs, we are going to provide the materials on the clutch plates as well as the designing. Getting? By that way, we are going to help in damping of the vibration. Getting? It should also be able to die down the noise produced. Along with the vibration, it may create the noise. So in that case also, that will be die down. It will suffocate. It will stop the noise produced during the clutch operation. Getting? So that is another requirement of the clutch. That is the vibration damping. Next, that is the size. Next, that is the size. So the size of the clutch. Getting? The size of the clutch should be such that it occupies minimum space. The size of the clutch should be such that it occupies the minimum space. Also, the size is governed by the design value of frictional surface area of the clutch facing. Even though this area can be accommodated by effective way. By providing 2 or more clutch plates, we are going to reduce the size of the clutches. For example, in case of multi-plate clutch, we are going to use the more than 1 friction plates, that clutch plates. So size should be less. Getting? Size should be less. Another that is important, here it is not mentioned, but it is also very important. By mistake, the point is to be forgotten by me. That is inertia and mass, or lightness. Correct? That lightness is also concerned with the inertia and mass. This lightness or inertia and mass. So many times this question is also asked in the MCQ. Inertia. Regarding the inertia of the clutch. So as we know that the property of a body due to which it opposes its motion is called inertia. That is the property of body due to which it opposes its motion is called inertia. And we know that the inertia I is a mass related property. Inertia is a mass related property, and it is given by I is equal to mk square. I is equal to mk square, where m is mass and k is the radius of gyration of body about its axis of rotation. So the body in this explanation means the clutch. In this case, the property of body means, in this case, the body is nothing but a clutch. Therefore, as we know that the rotating parts of clutch should have least inertia. Rotating parts of the clutch should have least inertia. That is a minimum inertia. That is the minimum mass. So we expect the minimum mass. If the inertia of rotating components is large, if the mass is large, then what happens? The clutch plate will continue to spin even after the clutch is released. Even after you are going to disengage the clutch, but in that case, the clutch plate will going to continue the spin due to its inertia. So in that case, it will be then cause the hard shifting. In that case, it's called the hard shifting and may result in a gear clashing also. So important is that the inertia should be less. Inertia should be minimum. Mass should be minimum. That is a lightness. That is a lightness. Then ease in operation. That is the ease in operation or effortless operation. Ease in operation or effortless operation. So the operation of clutch disengagement should be easier so that driver does not feel tired. Operation of the clutch disengagement should be easier so that driver does not feel tired. A hard clutch operation will cause the irritating for the driver during the disengagement. So in that way, the is in operation, that is effort should be less for the driver during the disengagement. During the disengagement. And last, that is we are going to discuss, that is a free pedal play. That is a free pedal play. So what is the free pedal play? It is also very important. So the clutch pedals are invariably provided with some free play. In the case of 4-wheelers or commercial vehicles or even with your 2-wheelers, the clutch pedals or the clutch levers are provided with some free play. They are provided with some free play, which means free movement of pedal or lever without causing any motion to the linkages. Without causing any linkages to any motion to the or any movement to the linkages. Such a free pedal play is provided in case of the 2-wheeler, that is with the hand lever as well as the clutch pedals. So this free play is very important. This free play is very important. It is provided deliberately to safeguard against the rapid wear of the clutch plate. It is purposefully this free pedal play is provided so that it will avoid the rapid wear of the clutch plate and other component of the linkages. Because if we are not provided this free pedal play, then what happens with your touch with your that hand lever with the clutch pedal? What happens? There is immediate action in the linkages. There is immediate movement in the linkages, and what happens with this immediate movement? There is a rapid wear will be caused. Your intention is not to touch that clutch pedal or your clutch lever, but we are having this practices that always we are having the hand with the clutch lever as well as we are having our foot on this pedal. So in that case, if there is no free pedal play, then what happens? Immediately there is a movement in the linkages and there is rapid wear may be causes. So to avoid this rapid wear, in the components of the linkages, that free pedal play is provided. Such a free pedal play is provided. So how much free pedal play is provided? That is to be asked in the MCQs. How much free pedal play is to be provided? That is to be asked in the MCQs. So for example, in case of the 4-wheelers, the free pedal play is 5 to 30. In case of 4-wheelers, the free pedal play is 5 to 30 mm. In case of the cars, it is also between 5 to 20 mm. In case of the car models, it is 5 to 20 mm. In case of the 2-wheelers, it is in between the 5 to 10 mm. Again, these figures are going to be changed. So this free pedal play is important to avoid the rapid wear of the different components of the clutch plates as well as the clutch plates. So all these requirements are very important. In the examination points, these points are very important. In the examination, they are going to ask the requirements of the clutch. So in that way, you have to mention all these points. So thoroughly we discuss all these points that is required for the clutch. So let's discuss the types of the clutches. Which are the different types of the clutches that we are going to discuss. So in mechanical engineering, different types of clutches are present, and numerous types of clutches are used the multiple purposes by the engineers. Although every type has its own advantage as well as disadvantage, that should be addressed by the engineers in order to increase the mechanical efficiency of the component. So as per the need of the engineer, as per the requirement, we are going to use the different types of the clutches for various models of the vehicles. So the working principle of different types of clutches is also different in nature. That is why in this section of this assessment, different types of clutches are discussed briefly to provide detailed view. So here there are different types of clutches: friction clutch, single plate clutch, multi-plate clutch, cone clutch, centrifugal clutch, semi-centrifugal clutch, diaphragm clutch, electromagnetic clutch, vacuum clutch, hydraulic clutch, free-wheel clutch. So different types of clutches means in this way we are going to classify the different types of clutches. That is friction clutch, friction clutch, single plate clutch, multi-plate clutch, cone clutch, centrifugal clutch, semi-centrifugal clutch, diaphragm clutch.